Lakshmi on the normal difficulty, one of the new primals that was added in Final Fantasy XIV's expansion, Stormblood. Now, wait, hold on. I'm going to do that one more time. Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the normal mode encounter for Lakshmi, one of the two new primals added in Final Fantasy XIV's expansion, Stormblood. Now this is an encounter that you will reach around level 67 in the main scenario quest, and it's actually a pretty good fight. So it's a little confusing, it's hard to tell what's going on with a lot of mechanics here, but it is luckily a pretty long encounter, so hopefully I'll be able to break it down in an adequate method. In case you're wondering why we're doing it like this, where it's just one direct attempt, it's because I'm not actually able to do the shorter guides for the time being, just because I'm doing this 24/7 event over on Twitch, and I would need to take the stream down in order to work on these videos proper. So we're going to be doing this version of the walkthrough / guide. I will have something that is better and more concise sometime in about a week or two. I'd also like to say that half of this group is pre-made, but the other half is not. So if we do have wipes here, because I am doing one straight run through on the live stream, we will include those wipes in the video as well, which can be nice at least for seeing what some of the mechanics actually look like. We do have first timers here, so it will definitely happen. So at the start of the fight, you'll notice you have this button on your screen for a mechanic called Vril. Vril is a mechanic that you will need to use in order to reduce the damage or survive some of Lakshmi's attacks. So I'll take note of when we should be using Vril. Now, when the fight starts, you will not actually start against Lakshmi. You'll start against these two dreaming, I can't pronounce that, Kshatrias. These dreaming Kshatrias don't do all too much. You just have to DPS them down, and they'll actually be healed by Lakshmi's AoEs. So just keep that in mind. Now also, you notice these orbs around the arena. These orbs touching one while you are actually missing Vril will restore your Vril. So anytime you need Vril for a mechanic, touch one of those orbs and then you'll have it right here. You can only hold one Vril at a time, so don't touch it if you already have the Vril. It's not going to do anything for you. These ads just have they have a cleave and they have a sight-based AoE, so you just want to make sure not to get hit by either of those, unless you're a tank, of course. So the first mechanic here is Hand of Grace. Very simply, it puts this line mechanic down and trying to set it up so people can actually dodge it. There you go. And people just need to make sure not to be in that line or you're going to take quite a bit of damage. You can use Vril to mitigate the damage from it, but you shouldn't have to unless you're kind of in a really rough spot. Pull of Light is actually a tank buster, so our tank took the hit. It didn't do too much damage. He used a cooldown on it. And then we have Hand of Beauty. Now keep in mind that both of the hand mechanics, if you look at the debuff bar, will actually give you markers to let you know who is being targeted with those mechanics. So when you have this hand, it's another AoE, but it's just a circle AoE that leaves a puddle behind. That puddle can grow though, so drop it all the way in the back of the room like you saw both of our players right there. They disappeared already in this case, but they can grow in the second phase. So once you get to this phase right here and she's charging up her super, this will happen really early on, make sure you use your Vril. This is the first point in the fight. You absolutely want to make sure you use Vril. If you do not, you will die to this mechanic. And of course, you can refill your Vril with the various orbs around the arena, but you will be given an additional opportunity to do that soon. So for those orbs, the main thing is the only way that they grow is if people actually step into those puddles. So you basically have to make sure that nobody either gets knocked back or is idly standing in those puddles. Otherwise, they'll grow to a massive size, and you really don't want that. Now she's in super form, and she's going to be doing a lot more attacks here. So this attack right here, it hits the entire arena, get a Vril, and then use it immediately. So this is the mechanic where I've noticed a lot of people wiping in the Duty Finder, and as you saw right there, you can fall off the arena. Worth mentioning right there. However, you can be rezzed. The people who die will be placed back up on the arena over in the back there, and can be rezzed. You may hear my cat meowing, because it sounds like he's starting to get a little bit hungry. So these AoEs they're about to drop on the ground, make sure you don't stand in them. Move out of them immediately. So there's a marker right there. Whoever gets that marker just needs to go stand off to the side away from the rest of the group. Does a bunch of damage. So you just want to make sure whoever gets it is off to the side. So Hand of Grace, again, you can see I have target right, which means I am going to be targeted by this mechanic. And because it's the right hand, it's going to be this line AoE that you see right here. Now, that guy's moving too much. Please stop moving. There you go. There's also a split damage AoE that came out here at the same time. So make sure that you split the damage from the AoE as well. Alright, here's more Vrills, so let's refill. Doing the mechanic again where you have to use Vrills to prevent being knocked off. As long as you use the Vrill here, you won't die. Nice and simple. That's pretty much it for the Vrills. There are other uses for the Vrill. So Alluring Arms is when she does both types of AoEs at the same time. She marked 2 people with target right and 2 people with target left. I was one of them. The other guy was the other. So, just line up right here. And people didn't realize you could fall off, as you could see. Whoopsie! They ran right off the edge by mistake. That's fine, we still have 1 healer alive. Like I said, there's a few things here that'll probably kill some people in the Duty Finder. That I fully expect to happen quite frequently. That is one of them. Hand of Grace. So we have 2 people marked for target right. They'll be responsible for those line AoEs. Probably going to have a split damage AoE as well here too. At this point, I think almost everything is on repeat for the next 50% of the boss's health. I'm pretty sure we've seen the entire encounter at this point. More Vrills. Alright, simple as that. Looks like that one guy is gonna die. Yep, goodbye. It also, even if you were to survive it, it also does a lot more damage, mind you. Alluring Arm. So we only have 1 line AoE and 2 circular AoEs. And I'm not targeted by either of them. Split damage. So stack up. Nice and simple. Oh! Gotta step out of those puddles real quick. There we go. Somebody must have taken an accidental tick in one of them. So we have LB3. I really don't want to be the one to use it as a monk. That being said, we're just going to hold on to it in case anything goes horribly wrong. We have Alluring Arm. It's 2 and 2 again. I think we'll be safe here. Just some room-wide damage. More Vrills. So I think this is the Vrill that actually doesn't have... Okay, looks like we are using it. So this is actually a Vrill where you saw there was no mechanic immediately when the Vrills spawned. So what you can do is, I actually use it on this Alluring Arm right here to take less damage, and I was still fine for the next mechanic after. So I'm going to do that again and see if it works okay. Alright, so this time we do have 3 line AoEs, however, which is why Vrill actually really helps for this. Oh, I forgot to do it, Riddle of Earth there because I was so busy watching everything. And then a split damage AoE. Managed to keep him alive. Didn't get any growths. We're good to go. So right around here on my first attempt is where we killed her. So let's see if there was anything else that I didn't see, like a pattern or something. That attack, in case you're wondering, Chanchala, Divine Nature, facilitates unsteadily. I think it just makes her stronger. It doesn't really seem like it's doing anything other than what the buff says. Alright, we've got some AoEs. I don't have Riddle of Earth this time, so I didn't need to do that. I actually could have kept my stacks. Actually, no, I couldn't. It's fine. Yeah, if you don't have Riddle of Earth for this as a monk, or you don't have Riddle of Earth that frequently for when you get targeted, actually, if you do it correctly, I could say melee range the whole time. I did it on my first attempt, where I stayed melee range during that AoE, but when we got to the second phase, I just played it safe. And yeah, it looks like that's it for Lakshmi. Alluring Arm. I think we'll kill her before we actually have to do this Alluring Arm. It's 1 and 2. Yep. Alright, and that's Lakshmi normal mode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was a really fun fight. Actually, it was 3 and 2, apparently. Oh, no. It was 1 and... Imagine this kills us right now. Please don't. Please don't then. Okay. It's a little scary seeing the AoE persist for so long. But yeah, that was Lakshmi normal mode. So if you get to that in the Duty Finder, you're having any trouble, just, check it out. It's a pretty simple fight once you do it a couple times, but don't be surprised if you wipe a few times. Be patient with first-timers, especially with this whole Vril thing, which a lot of people may not even notice on their user interface right away. But on that note, I'm going to wrap up this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned because we'll be doing videos, walkthroughs, guides on pretty much all the content for Stormblood over the next several weeks. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, take care. All right. Cool. Cool.